All right. Okay. Literally has been 5 minutes since I last left the desk. And for you, I don't know. I have no idea. Welcome back. This is, if you have been following this, looks just like the end of the last session, playing Shadowdark solo with a human shaman by the name of Tamra and a human underdog by the name of Morgan. Two individuals who are engaged and currently on the run found themselves in a cavern, cave space that we have deemed and named Caves of the Forgotten Depths. Have run into a bit of trouble in a treasure room with some kobolds. And having said that, I will cross off another torch from Morgan, even though they are in the dark right now. I'm just crossing it off because of my rule that I use a torch every session, regardless of if they're in the Shadowdark or if they are in the top side. It just makes it easy for me, easy math, and encourages me to have them stock up on torches from time to time. Okay, we last left off with in the middle of action, so we're going to begin again in the middle of action. Tamra is about to cast a spell, but actually has decided not to cast a spell. I think Tamra is going to come out of hiding and remind Morgan, "Hey, use the staff." Right, the staff that can heal after slaying a creature. And seeing that his blowgun, even though it only does 1 damage, was able to take out a kobold each time, means that the kobolds are very low in health. But he is down to basically 1 hit point again. So, poor Morgan keeps getting beaten down, but he keeps getting back up. He's a really good pit fighter, even though he's been titled an underdog. So Tamra is going to use her slot and this part of the turn to continue having protection from evil up. Ooh, I forgot about that. I've completely... Anyway, it's already been done. Forgot. The kobolds have disadvantage on attacking Morgan right now because he is being protected from evil. So any chaotic beings have disadvantage on attacks and hostile spell rolls versus him. So she is going to take her staff and try to pop one on the head, kind of like whirl it out from the dark into their space, and she is going to roll, it's -1, but their AC is only 13, and I have my notes here from last session. Ooh, a 2 -1, so a 1, her attack misses. So she is going to, now that she is what do you call? She's there. But she can't do anything else. So she is going to try to... Oh, man. What is she going to do? Yeah, I think she's just going to... well, she already used the spell. Okay. She's going to run around to the other side behind Morgan. Even though she has health, she doesn't have a lot. So she is going to take a defensive stance really behind Morgan. And now it's Morgan's turn. Now Morgan jumps up and with a big old swap with the staff, And a staff, I think, is a D4 damage, but he is using his strength, so he's going to whack around and try to get in the middle of them and try to hit as many as possible. With a fight with lots of kobolds around, depending on how well he hits, he might hit multiples, depending on if he does more than 1 damage. So I will roll a d4 for him when he hits. Well, if he hits, rather. Does he have... He has no advantage on this. +1 melee weapon damage. Okay, so he does get extra damage on this one, so he might take care of it. Let's go. Bam! So a 4. Well, 4 plus 4 is 8. That unfortunately misses. So he takes a big old whiff across them, and maybe he misjudges how tall they are, and they're not very tall. So he swings and he effectively misses. Oh, geez. Tamra is going to yell, "They're lower!" And I'm going to read up on luck real quick. Again, you know, it is something when you play a game and then you go to a different game and you come back, it's kind of hard to remember all the rules. And that's just kind of how it is. I'm going to roll. I know there are rules on, like, all the luck stuff. Rolling luck tokens. You can cash in luck token to re-roll any roll you just made. You can also give your luck token to a companion. Okay. Sometimes the GM awards... Okay, so here's the thing. I keep forgetting to give my characters tokens because narratively, I guess there's no good mechanic for that to happen. When you're a GM and you give your, you give your players something, it's like you thought that was cool. So here, have a luck token. When you are both the GM and the players, it's kind of hard to justify what's a good metric. So anyway, I'm going to say this. Tamra, when she comes over and hides and tells him to use the Staff of Blood, she is mechanically giving her luck to Morgan. And Morgan now has 1 because he didn't have any now. So now he gets to roll this again. To re-roll any roll you just made. So he's going to re-roll this. So it still might miss, but now he's using that momentum from and that encouragement from Tamra. Oh my lord, 9 plus 4 is 13. Whew, that just hits. Hits. Okay, that just hits. So he's going to add 1 to this D4. 1, so 2. He takes out 2 of the kobolds. They are 1 hit point each, and gain a d6 after slaying a creature with this staff. So he's going to gain some health back. And he's going to gain a d6 because of his flourish ability. So he's going to gain 2d6 of health back. Oh, 11 hit points. He is back up to full, baby. Morgan is full health. Woo-hoo, that makes me so happy. I was a little worried that he might die so fast again. Okay, so we got 2 kobolds down. We got 3 kobolds down total of the 7. And Tamra went and missed. Morgan did his big sweep with the Ashen Staff of Blood and gain hit points because he slayed a creature. Now, it says after slaying a creature, he slayed 2. But I would say that it's per attack, maybe? I don't know. I mean, as per rules is written, it looks like every time that you slay a creature, you gain that 1d6. And because I'm ruling that minions, the 1 hit point guys, if you can do more damage to the enemy that you're fighting and you have damage left over, you can apply it to an enemy that you are in melee with. That makes sense to me. But, that might be something else. Okay. Next is their turn. There's four of them. So I'm going to say that they're probably going to split their attacks. So I'm going to roll at disadvantage against. Let's roll this one and this one. I know you guys probably won't be able to see the numbers here, but they're going to roll at disadvantage against Morgan here. A 5 and an 8. Both of them do not hit. And then one more against Morgan. A 16 and a 7. Ooh, yes. So this protection from evil thing is really working out. Now they're attacking Tamra. There's two more who are going to attack Tamra here. Now I believe focus spells. Let's see here. Focus spells are damage. Ranged attack, yeah, multitask. You can choose. Oh, okay. Creatures can move half. Got it. Spells. How spells work. How do spells work? Here we go. Spells, blah, blah. Okay. Oops. Talent can cast spells. Critical success, failures. Mishaps. Oh, wow. Focus. To make a spell at the start of your turn as if you were casting that spell. So I need to have her make another spell casting check. 13 plus whatever is fine because her spell is a tier 1, so that's 11, so she would have passed. Okay, so that's just at the start of her turn. Okay. At the start of your turn if you were casting that spell. Got it. Okay, so it does not... If you take damage, you must immediately make a spell. Okay, so spellcasting checks happen at the beginning of the turn and whenever you take damage. So she might have to be making some spell checks here. Okay, so they're not rolling at disadvantage. I'm just rolling one each. A 12 and a 3. 12 plus 0, which is their bonus to attack, does hit her AC of 10. So she is going to immediately have to take some damage, and she took 3 damage, and she's making that spell taking check of a natural 20. Natural 20. Spell taking. Okay, so question for people who are following. A spell check in response to damage that's natural 20 to keep the focus up is not casting it. So it would not double any of these things. I mean, it's a focus anyway, and there's not a lot to double on this particular spell. In fact, there is no numerical value on this at all. In fact, protection from evil is just a straight up great spell because it gives all chaotic beings disadvantage. Oh, interesting. So anyway, so she definitely holds that spell together, but she does take 3 damage. That's not great. Oops. Max is at 6. Current is damage. She has 3 damage. And Morgan has 0 damage. Okay. We got some kobolds to slay. Morgan drops the staff next to him and takes out his sword and goes, Tamra, you should use this too. So he is going to, swapping a weapon is an action, I believe. So that might not be great. But let's see. Actions. I would rule that what he did might have been like a quick enough thing. And he is used to using many weapons in a combat kind of scenario. But I just want to look at the advantage, disadvantage. You know, I also could just give him disadvantage on the attack if he tries to do it. You know? Initiative. Yep. Freeform. That's fine. Okay. Let's go. Actions. And they can move and do one thing, right? So use melee weapons, roll, strength, talent, if you hit the target, Okay. So I know it's a full action to... There is no... You know what? I don't know if there's a real, like, good list of, like, what it takes to grab things from your belt and stuff like that. So I'm going to say that his sword, which had been sheathed, and he used the staff, he dropped the staff, and he unsheathes it and uses it. So that's fine. I think that makes sense. To drop something doesn't really take anything. It's just drop, and he's going to, in one foul swoop, try to hit some of these kobolds. So he's going to attack. Ooh, my God. Plus 4 is 11. Is underneath his AC, their AC. She is going to try to pick up the staff and then whack them with it. Oh my God, I forgot. They're plus 2 to attack and damage. So two of the enemies should have also been down from that. So there's only 2 left, which makes... all right, I guess I'm just going to have to keep that in mind. The staff has extra attack and damage. So she's going to attack her her staff, so she gets plus 2 and minus 1. So a plus 1 to this roll. A natural 20. Woo! I believe. Oh my God. I mean, she's going to completely decimate these kobolds. But let's just double check again. I like making sure I'm understanding the rules before I break them. All right, let us combat damage, stealth damage, critical hit. You double its damage dice. Okay, double its damage dice, so it's 2d4. I mean, this is going to be overkill. I mean, it is going to... Yeah, but 4 plus 2 is 6 damage. She does the same thing, whack, whack. And because she kills some kobolds, she regains 6 hit points. So she's back up to her max as well. This has been a fortuitous fight. Something tells me that I think I might have gotten a few things off about either the surprise and, oh my God, I just realized that they've been playing this whole round in the dark. So, hold on. I'm going to remove that action because I'm going to say that didn't happen, unfortunately. I'm going to say that because she uses... She lights up a torch because she can. Because she's a spellcaster, she can use one hand to cast a spell. So she actually does that instead of fighting. So there's still 2 more left. So they're going to attack at disadvantage on Morgan, because Morgan is right up in their grill. 11 and 10, so that misses. And one more. 8 and 6, that also misses. So now it's Morgan's turn, and he is going to, with his long sword, attack now with a normal attack. Oh my god, he keeps on missing. Jesus. Wow. Okay. This is ridiculous. Okay, now it's Tamra's turn, and she's going to attack with that staff. Oh, this... Wow. All right, so I know that D20s hate me in general. But this is a little ridiculous. There's only 2 left, and they're each at 1 hit point each, and I can't seem to get them to die. Now it's their turn again. Disadvantage against Morgan, thankfully. See, look, I'm rolling so low, a 7 and a 2. And again, ooh, a 17 and an 11. 11 plus 0 is still underneath the 15. And so Tamra's, Morgan is going to go to trying to hit with his longsword. That's an 8. Okay, 8 plus 4 is 12. Their AC is 13. Erg. And now it is Tamra's turn, again with the staff. 6 plus 2 minus 1 is 7, or is 8, minus 1, her strength, is 7. So she misses. This combat is effing ridiculous. I recommend this under different circumstances. If combat is dragging on and dice are being, well, they're being uninspiring, nothing interesting is happening, right? The kobolds aren't hitting, they're not hitting. This is what I would normally do. This is what I recommend. And, you know, this is just what I do sometimes. I'm not going to do it today, but this is what I do under different games, is I call a foregone conclusion. They've been able to defeat 5 out of the 7 kobolds. But now we're in this back and forth scenario where it seems like the only thing that would do anything is something different coming into play. Now, I do have a way of creating something to get in the way, but I don't want to use this right now because Shadowdark combat is brutal and hurts, and it should be quick. I am just having I'm not having a very lucky time rolling the dice. They're all failing me today. All these should go in the dice jail. But needless to say, I'm not going to do that with this because it's just, I don't see an easy way to just wrap it up within the rules of Shadowdark. Within the rules of Shadowdark, I could just wave my hand and say that after 2 more rounds, they beat the kobolds. But again, that just doesn't seem interesting. So I'm at a weird sort of impasse of like, the story is fun because they're in combat, and that's interesting. Combat is always a tense moment of, will they live, will they survive? There's treasure here, so they want the treasure. But the rolls are just not fun. So I'm hoping that the rolls get better. That's what I'm hoping for. So we got the kobolds again rolling. Disadvantage, of course, toward... oh, shoot. I need to roll twice for Tamra. 1 and then 2. Oh, shoot. So we got 1 success and 1 failure. They haven't been hitting him anyway, so again, that doesn't change much. But protection from evil is down. So they are no longer attacking at disadvantage. So 1 got a natural 20 and 1 missed. So 1 is going to double their damage die and potentially outright kill Morgan right now with that spear of his. 4 damage, so he takes 4 damage. 2, 3, 4. He is at 7 health. Okay, Tamra, seeing that the protection from evil went down and that Morgan immediately got hit, is going to recast it with a 13 plus her intelligence is 2, so 15. So she successfully cast protection from evil, and that swirl of energy goes around Morgan once more, and he's good to go. It is their turn once again. Oh my lord. Come on. Come on. Oh, wait, no. It is Morgan's turn now. It is Morgan's turn, right? Come on, Morgan. Attack. 11 plus 4 is 15 with his longsword. Thank God. He hits. Plus he does an extra damage. So he does a D8, which honestly, if he rolls a 1, he does 2 damage. So he would, yep. He does 4 damage, and that is enough to kill the remaining kobolds. Wow, that was a slog of a fight for this game. Normally they would have been dead, or my characters would have been a lot more hurt by now. I don't think he's going to use his flourish ability right now. There's more to see. So the kobolds are dead, and now they're going to see what the treasure is. And I didn't even really think about what the treasure could be. So let's mark the caves, because here, there we go. And let's find some treasure. Treasure 0 to 3. Yeah. Let's roll some treasure. D100. 29. 29. Dusty leather armor dyed black. Ooh. Dusty armor dyed black. You know what? Morgan might even use that, because he does have leather armor, but it's gonna be dyed black now. And they have another armor. Let's do leather armor. And that's worth, what is that worth? 10 GP. I believe it is, yeah. I think that's worth, it's not really worth XP, I don't think. I'm gonna have them roll like a scavenge check, and mundane items. Here we go. Yep. Okay. Let's roll to see if. Yeah. There we go. Unique feature. Luxury items. There we go. Golden. Ah, that's cool. Okay. This is a kobold horde after all, so they probably have more than just that dusty jacket there. So there's that chest that was there, something. So I'm going to ask the Oracle. It's going to be likely that there's going to be, like, mundane items within that chest. It says 75 or less. 75, exactly. So, but 75 or less, there is some mundane items. I'm going to, let's see, let's roll on the table here. Let's roll a couple of the worth. Okay, unique feature. Let's roll a d20. It is sparkling clean. Ooh, so let's have Morgan found a sparkling clean. What? D20. 20 and 10. Stained glass. And then 10. Mask. Stained glass. Sparkling clean. Stained glass. Mask. That is of a D4. D4. 4. Of a mask of a god. Ooh. Mask of a god. That is wild. Sparkling clean stained glass mask of a god. Ooh. Gems. Painting. Stained glass. So, mundane treasure is valuable but not magical in nature. Let's see. Again, I wish that there was a worth sort of, let's see. It's probably going to be normal treasure, or it's going to be normal value, so like 1 or 2 XP. Fine armor, magic scroll. Yeah, it's going to be normal. So the dusty leather armor, though dyed black, and I think Morgan is definitely going to yank that and swap it out for the armor that he was wearing, which was definitely much more wrapped leather with spikes on his shoulders and stuff like that. Crawling around in these caves, he wants something a little more blending in type of thing. And the dust on it, he's not even going to wipe it off. He's not even going to change how that looks. So I'm going to have the gems or the stained glass thing. That's going to be worth 1 XP. So they find that awesome little thing, and hopefully they can sell that to somebody. All right. So we have just earned ourselves our fourth XP out of 10 for their leveling up. And that is so freaking cool. Okay, what's next? So they're going to backtrack now back to 2, and that's going, so all of that I'm going to have them roll 1 because looting the room took some time. Swapping out and donning the new leather armor took some time. Well, the 5, so we're good. And then we go back into the empty room. We're going to roll. Okay, so the empty room, we have a random encounter. Let's see what the random encounter is going to be. Where is the... random encounter. There we go. Starting distance is going to be, far away. Ooh. Okay, if it's far away, and what are they doing? Random encounter, 7, building and nesting, and they're probably going to... Let's see, yeah, well, let's roll to see what the, there we go. I need to get, where is that? Maps. What am I? Yeah. Okay. Golden gems, yep. How much gold, yep. Oh, I see. $10 gold pieces times their average party level, yep. So 20 gold, yep, cool. Something happens, rumors. Oh man. Where is that random encounter table? Am I just not remembering where that is? Oh, there it is. Page 112. Jeremiah, it's on page 112. Okay, so we know treasure. Oh. No, treasure, traps, hazards, gauntlet. Okay, so we need to roll what kind of enemy it is. So I'm going to roll on the caves, which is page 148. Let's roll a D100 to see what sort of things come up. I'm going to modify this heavily because it's a wandering encounter. 1. Enraged pair of manticores protect their cubs. Manticores. You know what I'm going to say? Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. So this empty area that leads to these other spaces, this, I know it just looks like it was a random thing, but I'm going to say that this is a nest. This is a manticore nest. Okay, so a manticore, I believe, is definitely not something that we can handle right now. So let's see if we can't sneak by it, or we can hopefully go around it. It's far away, so I'm thinking that the cave goes up high up, so it's not on the floor. But I'm going to read up on the manticore real quick. M. I need M. Where's M, Jeremiah? Manticore. Human-faced lions with bat wings and cruelly spiked tails. They speak halting Thanian. Thanian, guys, Thanian. And love devouring human flesh. Have 4d6 tail spikes. They regrow each day. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. And this is their level 6 creature. So here's the thing. It can do, at minimum, it could do like upwards of 12, 8, and it can fly real fast. It's guarding its cubs, which is probably not great for us. So, manticore nest. So I'm going to roll a d4 to see how many cubs. 3 cubs. So we need to write manticore, exclamation point, frowny face, with 4 cubs. I know it looks all, busy, but that's just how I roll here. I'm going to erase this empty note because it's no longer empty. So this manticore nest. So I think here's the thing, that both Morgan and Tamra they spot it because, actually, you know what? Because I said that the manticore nest is up high, and it's probably on like a ledge, and they had previously come in here and then went up north. I'm going to say that they will have to make a check to see. Neither of their intelligence or wisdom is great. Tamara's wisdom is awful at 7, and Morgan's is +0. So let's roll for each of them. 12 for Tamara, and 8. So an 8. So this was going to be a normal DC. Again, I forgot to set the DC, but made sense. It's just a normal flat thing to see if they notice it before they get too close. And they do notice it. Tamara goes, "Wait, look," and they look up, and they go, "Oh no, that doesn't look too friendly." So it is currently nesting and building its nest around these 3 other cubs. So it's currently not focused on the Tamara and Morgan. So again, I think they're going to do a sneak by to go south into 5, because going back the way they came in from doesn't sound like fun, because they don't want to go back out into the space or back out into the city where the guards were waiting for them. So they're going to go down and hopefully find a different way out, and maybe out of the caverns altogether and away from the village. So they're going to try to sneak past. And I'm not going to give them advantage on this. I'm just going to have them both roll. And Tamara is... I'm going to roll for Tamara first to see if she can keep protection from evil up. 9 plus 2 is 11, is just enough to keep it up. So they keep going. They keep going. Sneak. Oh my god, 16 and a 19. So even though their dex, yeah, that's a success. And the Manticore, so they successfully sneak by the Manticore, doing her thing up on this ledge. And they head south into this new hazard space, or this new area that has a minor hazard. So room 4 was back treasure, and then room 2 sneak by a manticore and her 4 cubs. And then is room 5. And what is this hazard? So we have a hazard table here, hazards. So there be darkness hazards. Let's see what the hazard is. Minor hazard. Here we go. Details: stuck or locked barrier, dense rubble, collapsing walls, enfeebling magic. Oh, minor hazard. But they do have this table of actual hazards. Damage, hazards, movement, okay, so I might roll on that. So let's see a d6. What kind of hazard? 5. Collapsing walls. Okay, so minor hazard. Collapsing walls. Okay, so in this little area here, it's more of a trend. It looks like this area is between bigger areas. So I'm envisioning it's like the sandy caverns are sort of breaking apart, and you can see some of the sand falling from above. So collapsing walls gives me the sense that they probably need to make a dexterity check to get out of the way quickly. Or they could spot it and do something about it. I don't know what that could be. But I'm going to say that they're going to have to make a dexterity check because they're going through, and there's only one way is into number 6. So they either go back the way they came, which they definitely don't want to, or move ahead and go into 6. So room 5 has collapsing walls, dex check. So does that work for both of them? Let's see. And 1 and a 3. Yikes. So they fail that collapsing wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that fail forward thing that a lot of narrative games do, is that they're going to be able to get through, but this is now collapsed and broken. But they do take damage too. So I'm going to say, because of the minor hazard, it's going to be D4 on both of them. So they each take 4 damage right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So Tamara is at 2, and Morgan is at, what is this? 8. Is at 3 health. They're both not doing great. And they can't go back. They enter in this new space, this grand cavernous space that actually opens up much more. And I'm envisioning the dungeon, the caves, sandy and dry. And this is a major hazard. So let's see what kind of major hazard on this table that they have here. And let us roll. And I'm going to roll for her to keep protection from evil up. She does. And let us roll major hazard. 6. a drowning hazard. So I'm going to say that this is more like quicksand. So room 6. Room 6. Quicksand. So quicksand. Quicksand. So I'm going to see if they spot this. Well, they do spot this. That they know what this is. They live in the desert. And their torch is still up. And they need to find a way through. But they see many ways around. I'm going to ask the Oracle. Is there a path? Is there a clear path to any of the other rooms? And there's 1, 2, 3 other exits, going north to 4, going west to 7, and going south to space 9. I keep wanting to roll d20s. Let me roll. Let me say it is 50-50, that there is a direct path to one of these. So 50-50. 4. So yes. So there is a direct path to one of these. I'm going to utilize my D3 right here to pick one of these 3. So 1 is north, 2 is west, and 3 is south. So 2 is west. So we have a direct path into 7 that's no check, no problem solving needed. So I'm going to write this on here. Path to number 7, open. Path to 4 and 9 need checks. Okay. So how can they solve this? Now, items that they have, I think between the two of them, they're going to utilize the rope and the hook to go, like, do they want to go to 7, right? It's an easy path. They see other exits, but do they go to 7? I mean, if I was wandering a dungeon on my own and I come across an open pit and it's very quicksandy, and they know that quicksand is dangerous, but they do see a relatively safe passage through to another opening, I think they would go to that one first. It makes the most narrative sense, and then if something is different, they might come back. So I think they will go into 7. So I don't think there's much that they will do in here. But she's going to have to check again to see if she holds up protection from evil. Natural 18 for a 21. Good to go. So we have a situation here where we're coming up against a solo monster, and I'm really hoping that I don't roll sneaky or spellcaster. I just hope I roll something that is more amenable to conversation. This Caves of the Forgotten Depths might completely decimate my second campaign. This is funny. Tamra and Morgan may not be long for this world. And I don't think that they're in a good headspace to even stop and rest for even a little bit. So they're going to keep going. So they're going to go forward and kind of with caution, not sneakily, but with caution, walk forward and roll and go into this area that has a solo monster. And I will say this, I have not been describing every room very much, mostly because dungeon crawling for me is usually about the events in the dungeon, not necessarily the dungeon itself. Like, I'm a big fan of doing that if that is part of the game. And solo wise, it's very tedious to do that. And I would need much more of a board game feel for that to be fun for me. And so that's why I'm doing these regions or rooms or spaces, if you will, as opposed to, you know, so I'm rolling more like every round has been basically every room as long as they keep moving, but I still need to roll if anything is going to happen in this space as they have decided which way to go. They spent a couple of rounds here, so I'm going to roll d6. Nothing happens for those 2 rounds, and so they're going to go into the solo monster room. So let us roll to see what kind of solo monster. D6. A mutated ambusher. Oh, God, I don't like this. I mean, I know what a mutated ambusher is. I'm feeling like a desert themed like roper type of thing coming on, and I don't like it. I don't like this at all, not in the slightest. Get me away from here. So I think let's see. Is there a... Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Let's see. I need a... Ooh, that's really interesting. I like those. Oh, I love these monsters. These are so cool. Yeah. It could be. It could be. Yeah. Oh, it could be a lot of things, but that's one. I haven't read all of these in a long time. Ooh, yuck. Okay. Huh. Ooh. Oh, interesting. I kind of like that. A sand leech? I kind of like the idea of a sand leech. Ooh, kind of like that too. Definitely not him. You'll. Ooh. I kind of like all this stuff. It could be ochre jelly. That'd be interesting. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be any of these guys. Levels. Yeah, it's not going to be any of those guys. Yeah, I know I've just spent a lot of this time looking at this book, but I don't mind. I don't mind, and I hope, you know, this is just what it's like to figure out what you want to do when you don't know what's happening yet, right? And you got to pick something. I'm kind of leaning on that leech. Oh, mutated. Oh, God. Monster... You know, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I could just create a monster. But I kind of like the giant leech. I'm going to go with the sand leech. I'm going to go with the sand leech. So there is a sand leech here, right? Now I'm basically going to reskin this a little bit. It is a glossy black blood drinking slug as large as a cat. So this is something that is definitely not great. But it's not glossy, it's not black. It is very rough and kind of looks like a very large pill bug, or a sow bug that has been covered in dust and is very hairy on the outside. So it kind of lives in the sand a bit. And as people get by, and remember, it's ambushy. So I think this is going to be one that lies in waits. And what I see is, I'm going to ask the Oracle, is there any foretelling of what kind of things happened here? And because every good GM should do this to their players, I'm going to say this is almost certain. So 90 or less, there is definitely going to be some bones or remnants in this place to say that there's something here. Yep, 53. And I did give this a chance because there could be a chance that there's nothing here and it's a complete surprise. But now we know that this sand leech... Oh no. So this sand leech, and I think I'm going to probably end the session after we sort of create this monster and set up the scenario, because it looks like my timer's about to run out here soon. So they are coming into this solo monster area that has the sand leech. Sand leech, which is a level 2 with how much hit points? Ooh, level 2 with 10 hit points. So I do circles for hit points, or if they're minions, just as the minions themselves. HP. And sand leech. It is currently hidden. So I'm gonna say hidden, right? Hidden for right now. And it wants to attach. So this is also page 229. My notes. Page 229. Page 229. Okay. So we will pick it up from here as Tamara and Morgan are stumbling through a quicksand cavern space into a little smaller area, but has something interesting about it. And there seems to be in the corner a non-moving mound of sand that has little bones protruding from it and something shiny. I'm going to say that there's definitely treasure in here too. Sand leech with treasure. So we're going to pick it up after, or right there, with Tamara and Morgan, delving into the caves of the Forgotten Depths underneath the village of Vorn after they had escaped from the guards. So thanks again, everyone, for joining me today. And I know this one was a little bit different, but a lot of stuff happened, and a lot of interactions and everything. I've been really enjoying that I was able to, in this game, both create a map and also start playing with it, which is kind of cool. I like doing it this way. This is kind of fun. And the fact that it was a caves space made the drawing and the layout much easier to do. I might actually do this as a separate video at some point to more flesh out a dungeon, because I like making maps and stuff. But again, thank you, everyone, and until next time, I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.